I'm totally doing this for you guys and not wearing any makeup. I hope I look okay. It's Sunday. Who wants to put on makeup on Sunday? I mean, throwing on a pair of earrings is easy. And my hair is up in a French braid because it's really like no nonsense, keeps it out of your face, and you can lean back and watch the Olympics. A lot of you have been asking me about my couch box and wanting to see the contents inside, so I thought, why not make a video about my couch box? So you may be wondering, what the heck is one? Well, as someone with a chronic illness, or even someone who's just tired and can't get into the studio that often, if you're like me, you might watch primetime TV from 7 until 10:30. You're sitting there in a comfortable spot, watching your favorite shows, or whatever they have up over the summer, or right now you're watching the Olympics because you're an Olympics junkie like me. That is a lot of valuable time you could be using to make art. I know, it sounds silly, and a lot of you might ask, well, I can't pay attention to the TV show and do art at the same time. There's actually something that says if you have an ADD brain that constantly bounces from subject to subject and you can't focus on anything, listening to music or having a television on in the background actually engages that front conscious part of your brain, the part of my brain right now that is talking to you guys. That part of my brain is watching the TV so that the rest of me can focus on doing my art. And I really encourage you to try this, even if you just bring out a sketchbook and a pen or some colored pencils, just try it. You'll have 3.5 more hours of art time than you thought, and you don't have to do anything different, but bring something with you. Even put a sketchbook in your purse and pull it out during the commercials. It's really, really gonna help you stay creative and inspire you to create more art. Now, if you want to go a little more hardcore like I do, you can create a couch box, and this is mine. And in my box, I have everything that I need to create wonderful pieces of art. In fact, several of the paintings that are up in my Etsy store right now, and if you haven't been there, you should click on over here and open that in a new tab and go shopping later on. But most of them were made with my couch box on my couch. And now I have all these wonderful pieces of art because I'm using that time to do art. And that's something that a lot of us struggle with. We're always like, well, I want to do more art, but I don't have time. So you have to look at the activities you're doing and what you're spending your time on a little differently. And then you'll discover all of this hidden time that you didn't know was there. Even if you just bring a pen and do a Zen doodle or doodle it yourself, it really does a lot to calm you down. It lets your mind relax. But if you have a sketchbook or a little couch box or a big couch box or a lunch box full of your favorite supplies, you can be creating art at the same time. And it's actually not that hard to do both. I watch a lot of TV shows, I still remember the episodes, I'm still engaged in what's going on, and I'm also creating awesome stuff. I've seen so many people already creating theirs, and they've used lunch boxes and boxes that they found, or even scrapbooking totes. What I want you to do this week is create your couch box and bring it and put it next to the couch. Just doing that will help. And then next week, you might look at it and get kind of bored at whatever you're watching or the commercials are on all the time, and you'll pull one thing out and you'll do one thing. Very simple thing that you can do to create more art in your life. So let's head on over to the art desk and I'm going to show you the contents of my couch box. So this is my box, which I've been basically using for mostly all of my stuff because I've been overdoing it lately as a spoonie, and so I can't really sit in my studio and do stuff with lots of fancy things. So this is what I've been using. I have my palette, of course, that I never clean. This is my folder of reference images so that if I'm sitting and I want to sketch, I have a bunch of pictures of different, profiles and ages and stuff in here, both from the internet and from magazines. So that's invaluable when you're sketching. This is my actual visual journal at the moment. That doesn't have too much in it, but this is what I'm working on currently. And then I have a bunch of stuff. I love the new line of Amy Tangerine. So like these are her letters. This isn't one of her papers, that's just something I got from Hobby Lobby. This is one of her papers. This one isn't. This is an Amy Tangerine. This is actually one of the new Heidi Swapp papers. And this is an Amy Tangerine, and I can't wait to play with it. This is the Smart Store system from the Container Store. Before I was using a box I just got at Target, but when I found this system when I was at Container Store, I just had to get it. It's awesome. So on top, I have silver leaf and then different colored leaf because I just have fallen in love with it ever since reading Maddie Rose's book. I have one of my favorite stencils, which actually looks pretty just by itself, doesn't it? So here I have like paper scraps that I want to use, and they're just in a Ziploc baggie because they don't really fit in any kind of thing in here. And then this doesn't fit either, which is this So Easy Fancy Floss. But the great thing about this system is these little bins I have. I have a bin here for washi tape that I love using. I have a bin here for smaller embellishments or papers or scraps that I have. I have this great one right here that I'm going to use that says, "Where is the mystery?" Can't wait to use that on a journal page. This is the little thing for the So Easy Floss, and you're supposed to have a handle for it, but I was like, I'm not buying a handle if I can hold it with my hand. Double-sided tape, pencil sharpener, and then I have a bunch of my stamps in here, like Bliss, There's a Time for Every Star to Shine, Wish, I have my Wish Girl, or my Sunshine Girl I should say, I have my houses, and I have Reach. And it just is a lot of fun to do art with stamps that are actually designed by me, that I can just put my mark on there and have a ton of fun. And then the ink pad actually fits between the bin here and the edge of the box, and I'm boring. I only use Black Stays On ink for my stamps. So nestled between these two bins is my case, and then inside I have my favorite brushes. I have these Style Sticks by Low Cornell that I really like. And I have all of my Stabilo pencils. I have a bunch of different colors, as you can see. This box is really getting color down, and the Stabilos are great for sketching. Then this center bin is paint. So I have a bunch of these Martha Stewart Crafts paints because unlike the craft paint we're used to, it's not chalky, and I really love the colors. And I usually just go in there, and I've bought all of these on clearance except for one color because I just wanted to try them. And they fit perfectly in here. And then I have, of course, my golden fluids of my favorite colors. I have my white, and then I have my Matisse of my favorite color paints as well. So I kind of pared down the colors that I use to just the colors I love using, and I can mix skin tones with these. Instead of having all these paints and being overwhelmed, I have my favorites, and that's what I use. In my last bin, I have my favorite GAC 100, which I love, and my white paint because it doesn't fit in the middle bin. And then I have all kinds of stuff like my scissors. This is the pen to put down the silver leaf. I have my black India ink in here. I have my oil pastels that are skin colored if I want to do oil pastels. I have my Sume brushes, which are these, my water brushes, and my Prismacolor blender because I usually have my Prismacolor pencils like on top of the box that I use because they're in a big nice home. I have that in there just in case. Let's see, bigger brushes that don't fit in the box, and a palette knife. So this all goes right back in here, like so. And then I put on the lid. And then these are just papers I felt like playing with, but they usually don't go in the box. And then this. And then that, and you've got yourself a nice couch box that can keep you entertained forever. Really. I even come in here and just have this stack of stuff and paint and love it. See, it's really, really easy. So this week, put together one of your own. Even if you can get into the studio, limiting your supplies can open up your imagination to so much more. I remember I was working on one of my favorite paintings that I have now that I haven't shared with you yet, but it's coming next week. And I was wondering, how am I going to make a skin tone that's somewhat realistic with the colors in my box? I figured it out, and I figured out a skin tone that I love to use, and now I can keep my favorite colors with me, and I can paint more portraits. You never know what you're going to be able to create until you try. And why don't you share with us the things that you're putting in your couch box, and where you might use it, and how you might gain more time to do art in the comments down below. I'll see you next week with a special thank you for 3,000 subscribers video and giveaway. Bye!